show is really special to me because of the friendships, but also the show itself and how it's moved a lot of people. I've never been a part of a show where people come to you and share personal stories, and also how the show has helped them feel like their stories matter and recognize themselves in those stories. So actually having the opportunity to, being even invited to join back by DJ was really nice. And so I'm thrilled to be back.
The legacy of this show will be that we have helped to open the dialogue around mental illness. I think that we have helped people communicate their struggles, their bouts, their challenges to their loved ones in a way that they were unable to before. And I do believe that A Million Little Things will be known specifically for that 20 years from now.
This cast is really a great cast, and the crew is really solid, not only professionally, but personally as well. And you don't always find that. And when you have it, you can take it for granted. When you don't have it and you're at a bad job, and there's a lot of bad jobs out there, or just there's like tension, there's politics, it's a really decent group of people. And I say that in the best possible way. It's really easy to have some egos at play, and everyone has like an ego here and there. But apparently we're kind of known around town for being a really good show to work on. And yeah, I know, you scored a good one.
Wow.
Yeah, and so that's, or unless they just do it to me to
I'm
keep
sure
me in line.
Why would no.
Stop it with your attitude.
I didn't think there would be jobs for me when I started working in live performance because I didn't see people that looked like me on TV, and so that I decided to package that up and just take it with me for the rest of my life. A feeling that like I'm not going to be able to do this thing, or like it's not for me, it's not right for me. So even as I was like actively working in TV and film, I was very much like, I'm a stand-up comic. Like that's what I do. And that still is my trade. And one thing that's been a great gift to me is that like all the cast has come to see me perform, which has been like such a huge compliment. Because I feel like I'm like, this is who I really am, what I really do. But I don't even know if that's true. Like this is also who I am. And I feel very actually emotional saying that, but it's true.
I thought the storyline with Sophie and Peter was really special because that was a really amazing opportunity for me to get to really dive into a storyline and take a lot of time in researching it and trying to make it as authentic it can be, make it as authentic as it could be. And so I think that's something I'm really proud of, just because it's the whole thing of like, can I take on something this heavy? Can I give this the justice that it deserves? And I think it came out really great.
The moment that sticks out to me the most between, the pilot and now is Danny coming out to Gary, just because I remember I was so nervous for work that day. I was so nervous because I wanted to do a good job. And I remember showing up, and this ties back into that who took me under their wing question, and James was there, he was with me, he was rehearsing with me, he was making sure that I felt comfortable for the scene. And then I remember they yelled action, and it's just, it didn't feel real, but it also felt real in the best way, because it felt like we were just conversing. It just felt like the energy was flowing, and it was all happening in the moment. And that was my first experience in a scene like that. So I think that day, that scene is the one that sticks out to me the most, just because of how nervous I felt and how helpful James Roday Rodriguez was in the moment, and how much it helped me as an actor and how much I learned in that day.
For me, it would be David and Grace. I've been working with them for these past 5 seasons, and they just always gave me these pointers, and David would give me a life lesson like every episode. The one I can remember is never do business with a man in shorts.
I remember season 1. I'm not a sportsman, never claimed to be. I know my lane. we're filming the pilot. We get picked up. Like, you kind of don't know what's happening and the train's going. And then one of the producers came up to me and said, "Hey, David, how well do you ice skate?" I said, "0 well, I've never done it." They're like, "Okay, well, in 4 days you have to look like you can be a professional." So the guys, Romany, Roday, myself, we're waking up, going after work, before work to this, we're in Canada. I mean, there's ice, they're lousy with ice skating rinks. And I was trying to learn how to skate. Roday didn't know how to skate. And I see Romany. You know, Roday and I are like bears on roller skates. Romany is this like just graceful swan on the ice, turning around, doing like cutting figure eights, just big smile. Like, I'm like, wow, this man has lived so many lives. It did not surprise me, but it was stunning. And it was a memorable moment.
I think I'm most proud of the reactions that we have gotten from fans. Because you don't know if what you're doing on any show is going to reach anyone. And so receiving messages from people who watch it and feel represented and heard and seen, especially people who have been through breast cancer, depression, dealing with reproductive rights, like it's very, very heartwarming to get responses that are so enthusiastic and makes it feel like, oh, I'm coming to work to do something that means something to people. And that's what I'm the most proud of, yeah.
I would +1 all of that, as the kids say these days. And probably only add that this show marks the first time in my career that I've ever had the opportunity to tell stories that might resonate with the Latino community. I've spent the majority of my years not playing Latino characters, and so this was a first. To do some of the stuff I've done with Paul Rodriguez, who played my father, and name swapping, and there's more stuff coming down the pipe this season, and that was new and gratifying for me, and that half of my family as well.
I just like everyone, and we are a family. And I know there was a passion I had for telling my friend's story that started it, but it's so much bigger than me, and it's these writers that share, it's these actors who care, and I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it is pretty special. And so you think, I don't know if I want that to end, because I love coming to work. I love the people I work with. Everyone is talented, that's obvious, but they're also so kind. So I feel a little bit like I did when I was graduating college, which is like, I don't want to go, but I can't stay here. I think the story is, it's time, but to think I won't miss it couldn't be farther from the truth.